We are live?
Oh. Yeah, we're live.
Links, event page. Good sweet. Meeting. Episode. It's 135, right? Sure,
Yes.
episode.
One something or other.
What's your Twitter ID there, Pam?
It's JASYLA_.
AAS
J.
YLA.
J is in J.
underscore S?
Here, let me just in chat there.
There you go.
Sweet. Jayla underscore S. Jayla underscore or Jayla underscore S?
JASYLA_. That's it.
Perfect. Okay, it came up with two for some reason, so we're apparently following someone else who does underscore S.
Wait.
And so now... Perfect. Doing the link. Link works. Bam, bam. Alrighty. Are you ready? I guess we'll begin.
All right.
Welcome to one more podcast episode 135. Eric Bailey's not here today. He succumbed to some sort of plague, so I'm your host, Jason Lamb. And tonight, we're collecting Canadians.
I am Eric Hunter. I am the audio engineer and co-community manager, and I've been destroying lemmings for fun since 1908.
All right. I'm Pam D, and I am a recent contributor to One More Castle, and I review NES games on YouTube.
Sweet. Where can they find your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel is Cannot Be Tamed, and I also have a blog called Cannot Be Tamed where I talk about newer video games.
Sweet. All right.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Speaking of newer video games, have you guys been playing any older video games?
Wow. Is that what we do? So,
I guess.
Nathan, I am continuing my education
Oof.
through Lamb University.
Yes.
I played Dark Forces for the
Sweet.
PC.
How'd you like it?
Those controls are terrible.
Oh, wait, you didn't remap the controls?
I don't know how. I went through like 4 tutorials trying to figure out how to just move the arrow keys to WASD
Right.
and to actually use the mouse to look around rather than to move, like physically in the world.
If you go
And
under... No, go ahead.
Well, I remembered how terrible it was for first-person shooters back in the day, where that's all you had was like the arrow keys and then the space bar to open things, and like X was shoot.
Yeah.
And trying to strafe was next to impossible, and like you would just turn so slowly.
Yeah, strafing was not... It didn't work. It's just like, I'm just going to turn left now and walk down this hall and then turn right, and oh, I think there's an enemy shooting me, so I'm just going to slowly
But I can't see
left.
it yet. I can't see it. It's pretty terrible. That's really bad.
Yeah. If you go under the game, wherever it's installed, there's a setup file you can run, where you can actually remap I guess all the controls, and you can set up strafing.
It's that easy?
It's that easy.
Oh.
But I just beat Dark Forces. But the problem is, with the strafing, it makes the game really, really easy compared to what it should have been, because it's been designed for that kind of like terrible left-right turn. So every time you get to a boss, for anyone who doesn't know, you're fighting these things called Dark Troopers. They're kind of like stormtroopers in black armor with jetpacks and laser guns.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah. But with the strafing, you're literally just kind of dodging at everything they fire. it's just circling around them, and even when you get to the final boss, which is the super souped up version, you're just like, I'm just gonna strafe around you, and now you're dead, and that was underwhelming.
Right. But no, it's pretty cool. Like it's the story's interesting. It kind of hop and skips between like the movie, the first A New Hope, where they're like, oh, we got the plans for the Death Star, and you get it actually from you. Like you're the one who goes and picks them up and then drops them off to the Rebel Alliance, and then you take off and go do something else. And then there's like, for the cutscenes anyway, the graphics are really cool. Like it doesn't look good on my 30-inch monitor when it's blown up to full screen because that looks terrible. So I have to play it like windowed. But it's I've always enjoyed like the kind of the side stories in the Star Wars universe, like with the books and comics and stuff. And it's neat to be like, oh, well, that's how that happened. This guy just picked it up and dropped it off, and now you get to play as that. That's kind of neat. So
Yeah, that's pretty good.
now that I've found I can change the controls to something that makes sense, I am definitely going to play this game.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna blow your mind again. If you want, there's an optional mod you can download, and what they've done is, it enables like 3D like video card acceleration, so it looks
What?
good when you blow it out. I didn't install it. I learned after I finished, but it also replaces a lot of the in-game models with like higher quality models, so everything
I need
looks
to know what this is.
really nice. I forget the name right
What is
now,
it?
but
Oh, it's too late.
too
It's
late.
too late.
Find it. Dark XL. Dark XL.
All right.
It
I'm
looks
gonna do that.
fantastic.
So you talk about old video games. What have you been playing?
I've been playing Rule of Rose, which is a survival horror game for the PlayStation 2. It's pretty rare. If you haven't heard of it, there's
I've never heard of
probably a good reason for that. Yeah, it was sort of controversial when it came out, so it didn't sell many copies here. Like over in Europe, there was a bunch of hubbub, and they wanted it pulled off the shelves and things. So, yeah, I've been playing that, and playing it makes me realize how similar all the survival horror of that sort of time frame are. They've all got the same sort of like fixed camera views, and it's a pretty cool game. Like the cutscenes are all beautiful, and the story's pretty cool and disturbing, but the controls again are a bit of a hurdle. I just got to my first boss fight in the game, and it was just painful. It took me a good 15 minutes to kill the boss. I was just running around with a pipe and swinging at him and swinging at him, and everything was missing, even if I was like directly colliding with him. So that was pretty painful. But it's worth it for the story. The story is pretty good. And I've been doing a Let's Play of it, so I've been posting it so no one else has to subject themselves to the boss fights, and they can just watch them.
Nice. Now, is it?
I can't say that is one of the nice things about YouTube. Is it's like if I'm playing a game and I'm like, you know what, I'm never going to play this game. It's just this is bad. I can't stand this anymore. But I want to see it though. Like I want to see the ending. Like I can just hop on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
Let somebody else do it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it saves a lot of time. I also am not used to games not auto-saving for me now. So the first time I fought that boss, I did die and have to go back like almost a whole chapter. So
That sucks.
Yeah.
Is it terrible tank? Like, is it using tank controls almost?
They're not tank controls. Like you can just move the left stick to turn and go forward. So it's not that bad. It's just mostly the camera angles and things that make it pretty difficult to maneuver.
Gross. And what was the name of the game?
Rule of Rose.
Roll of Rose. I have never heard of that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It reminds me a lot of the Fatal Frames and things.
Oh, okay.
Same sort of young girl running very, very slowly through scary monsters.
Right. Right. Yeah, I can see the camera. I'm watching. Okay. I don't.
I mean, it's that obviously it worked out. I mean that kind of style of a survival horror game was. I still really don't like Resident Evil 4 because it's not that. Like I just don't. I don't see the point of just it being an action game. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. But I like my weird camera angles and fog of war. You can't see 3 feet in front of you. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So good. No, it's fine. It's fine. And now, like, there's a shortage of survival horror games now. Like, Silent Hill's not coming, and Resident Evil's been slammed to the ground and kicked as a dead horse, and like Fatal Frame's coming back, but I mean, it's coming for the Wii U, which makes sense because of the gamepad. I think anyway. It'll be the first time where the gamepad actually makes sense to use in a video game rather than just here's your menu, yay, thanks. But it's. I mean, the most popular survival horror game right now is Five Nights at Freddy, and this guy, it's a one-man project. The guy made the game in like 3 months.
He's pumped out.
I mean, that's the biggest survival horror now. But 4. He's going on 4 now.
Is he 4 now?
So, and this is the final chapter. So he
okay.
calls it.
Yeah,
but they're making a movie.
What?
I mean, I don't know, man.
Everything gets a movie now.
Yeah, that's another one of the games, Five Nights at Freddy's, where I'd much rather watch it than play it, I think.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, survival horror. Sorry, go for it.
Go ahead.
I was saying survival horror, like The Evil Within came out, and that wasn't particularly well received, so there is a shortage.
Yeah.
I have a feeling
I don't know. Like, I've got
popular Kickstarted one eventually. Kind of like the.
By who though? Like, who's gonna?
I don't know. The
like,
Amnesia
do you think
team?
we'll have? I mean, why?
I don't know. Everything's a kick. They're doing that Banjo-Kazooie but bat lizard thing now.
Hey, we need that though.
No, we don't.
We need that game. We need that game to happen like 10 years ago. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we'll get another kind of old school Resident Evil game.
Like, remember when this was cool?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Remember when
Like,
the camera was in one space
you
for all
see
16 hours?
I
Ugh.
don't know. It's,
Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, it could be a whole Tim Schafer thing where he's like, no, people want adventure games.
Yeah.
Broken Age? Nah, nobody wants this game.
No.
Okay, sorry.
Worst part is they kickstarted it.
Yeah. So, who knows? Nobody knows what people want, man.
Of kickstarting. We've got a listener discussion question. It reads, "Hey guys, it's the nice guy. I have a really nice question for you. What is your favorite gaming peripheral? Keep up the good work. Hashtag nice guy approved." This is from Adam Morris, aka A_Morris0123 on Twitter, who Bailey notes is a super nice guy, and he's been talking to him on Twitter lately. So what's your favorite gaming peripheral?
So he is a super nice guy, though. Like, we're not...
He's super
Okay.
nice. It's not a trick question.
Okay. I mean, I thought maybe I could go, like, super crazy. Like the Rock and Rolla. Which that thing was terrible. Or even the... We lose Pam?
Nope.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Sorry, you look like you were frozen. I heard noises. Sorry. The Rock and Rolla, or like the light gun's always nice. But I have to go with the U-Force. The U-Force was definitely my favorite peripheral. With for those who may not know what the U-Force is, and say you're on the road driving and you can't technically look it up, the U-Force was a clamshell laptop thing that stated that when you opened it up, it could sense where your hands were when you're playing the game. So there was, 8 sensors, I think, and you could put your hand and it corresponded to the different buttons. So you'd be waving your hands in front of it. One of the games that it was huge about was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, that you could actually punch not like physically hit the thing, but put your hand near one of the sensors and little Mac would, throw an uppercut or something. It never worked. It was just a piece of plastic. But it did come with like this sweet little kind of flight stick sort of thing. It was completely plastic. Like there was no components. Like you just jammed it right in the center of it. and you could like sort of move back and forth, and then they had little triggers on the top that kind of flipped out like these little mirrors that I guess was supposed to reflect some light to the sensor, so on the U-Force itself to set off like missiles and stuff. That thing, it just never worked. It was garbage. But man, the packaging just looked so cool. Like if it actually worked, like it would be pretty amazing.
You know what? They'll probably relaunch that at some point. Just the way
Why?
games are going.
Just the way the games are going.
It's gonna be some weird VR peripheral.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah. What's your favorite, man?
I don't use a ton of peripherals, so I'm gonna have to go with the light gun. I did like me some Duck Hunt way back in the day, but I also really like arcade light guns, like Time Crisis and my favorite arcade game, which is Maximum Force. I really like the light gun. It makes you feel powerful holding the gun and shooting things 3 feet away from you on the screen. And yeah, that's my favorite. And it's also a good arm workout. Like I was at MagFest this past spring, and I was played through the whole thing of Time Crisis, and I swear it was a really good arm workout playing through that whole game, holding that gun the entire time.
I wish they'd come back. I wish light guns would come back.
I mean, they're still big in the arcade.
Oh yeah, they're still big in the arcade. They're just, I don't know. I want some game for Steam where I have to go in and buy a light gun. I want someone to force me to buy a light gun.
How would that even work, though?
I have no idea. Be some
You have to
little
use, like,
box you put under your computer.
I don't know. That sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
That sounds. If you're gonna do that, then I want the Power Glove then.
All right.
Like if we're gonna go that far, just give me the Power Glove. I'll buy an extra webcam just so it can 3D map my hand.
Sweet. Let's do it.
But wasn't the Power Glove terrible?
Oh yeah.
At least light guns worked, fairly
So
well.
much better. We could make it so much better. We can make it where it actually doesn't suck as bad. Like I don't know what we would do. We would definitely need to put the little the little keypad on the wrist bit so that you had to type a code in for each game. That was important to
of course.
the effect of the Power Glove. That was always good.
That's key. Yeah, it's definitely key. I'm just gonna say my favorite's a joystick, which are kind of no one's really using joysticks anymore. I own one, but
Oh, you mean like an actual joystick?
yeah, like an actual
Not like a.
like
Okay.
the trigger and the buttons and flying around, shooting stuff in space. I want joystick games. I want games that shouldn't even support. It was either Dark Forces or I started Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. And I'm pretty sure it had joystick support, which makes no sense because it's a first-person shooter. So I want to go back and see what the mindset was in like 1996, 1997, where people were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play through a first-person shooter with my joystick."
Yeah, I mean that was. I mean, there used to be a joystick port on the back of your computer where it had like its special own little, like you needed a whole new card just to plug a controller to the PC.
Yeah. Old days.
The good old days.
The good old days.
I never got into those flight sims. Just
Oh, they're so good. They're so good. Let's go buy TIE Fighter. Let's go to good old games. Go buy TIE Fighter. Shoot some dirty rebels. Use a joystick.
they're dirty now. Is that?
I don't know. They're on Tatooine. Sands
Sand
everywhere. Thank you for finishing
Spores.
that sentence.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. But speaking of sand everywhere, I think it's time for a musical break.
I think you need to work on that, man.
No, I don't. I like my terrible segues. I learned from Bailey.
You're so bad, though.
I know. For those of you who don't know who are watching, in case there's someone watching who's never seen this before, this is the time where we take a musical break and record a podcast. Of course, that's in editing. So right now we're just going to take about 5-10 minute break. If you guys need to get a drink or
Alright. Do I stop the
nope,
audio?
just keep
No?
it going.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep it going. I'll cut everything out.
Yeah, he's good with that.
Excellent.
I typically cut Jason out of the entire podcast as well.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be me and you talking.
It'd probably be better. Let's be honest.
Did you just hear me say, that's a terrible segue? Don't say that. It's just silence. I'm just talking.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just going to go grab a drink then.
Cool. You gonna run, Hunter?
No, I got everything I need. Thank you very much.
Alright, cool.
Oh, it's a door. Okay.
That's like, what?
That's the strangest scream I've ever heard. Should we call the police or the Mounties? Who do you call? Is it just the...
We call the police.
Right, because I mean the Mounties they're more of like showmanship, right? They're not really.
No, we have Mounties. We have the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the RCMP. Think of it like this: our police are like your police. Our RCMP, so the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, are like your FBI. CSIS,
Oh, okay.
so CSIS is like your CIA.
Just not as cool. That's what you're saying.
No, not really.
No, okay. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. But we got cool hats. And some
You do.
horses.
I am a little jealous of the hats,
Yep.
to be honest.
As the saying goes, the Mounties always get their man.
Is that
That's like an unofficial
how it goes? Just like the man. Mrs. Peacock was a man? You can look at the live stream comments. You can do that. So we got
Yeah,
Valerie. And
We should interact.
Dustin Favors here.
Nice. Hello, Faber.
Aaron Alcorn's here. Dustin Favors says the Game Boy Advance player was his favorite.
That was a pretty awesome add-on. Aaron says the Wii brought back gun peripherals, and a lot of the games that use them are really good.
Yeah, because I guess you're using the Wii mode. I don't know.
Yeah, right? And you just clip it into a gun thing.
It just makes me want to play Red Steel 2, because Red Steel was so bad in
Yeah.
controlling stuff.
God, I really have to finish that game.
See if they fixed it. They probably didn't fix it.
No, probably not. But you'll still play it. You'll still suffer through Red Steel 2.
Man. Because didn't they go, like, isn't it like a Western now?
Yeah, but you need the Wiimote Plus or even the add-on, or else it doesn't work properly.
Oh, I mean, I get that.
No.
Yeah, Wii U.
Yeah.
Like those are.
Yeah. So, all right.
Oh, Nintendo Power gave it an 8 out of 10. I mean, that's,
Damn.
Which game is this?
Red Steel 2?
Oh, okay.
Based on the uber classic Red Steel. What a terrible game.
I was just going to see what Nintendo Power also gave Red Steel 8 out of 10. That's not
Okay,
very
so
convincing.
Nintendo Power. That's why they went out of business, because no one trusted them.
How could you, man? How
You
could
told
you?
me it was good.
I mean, it's the same reason why GamePro went out of business. I got an old GamePro magazine. They gave Shaq Fu for the Sega Genesis like a 4.5 out of 5. Like, this is why you guys went out of business.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
No one trusts you.
Somebody was paying you guys money to review these things.
Brutal. All right, I guess. Shall we start again?
Sure.
All right, cool.
I mean,
And
continue. Let's start.
yeah, continue. Whatever. Yeah. So the order will be me, Hunter, and Pam.
Right.
All right. Welcome back. Our last track was Cybernoid 2 by Uncle and the Bacon. You can find...
Good
You
name.
Great
That's
name.
a great name.
That is a great name. You can find that on the podcast episode page. And now, for perhaps the best part of our show, it's the Retro Showdown. 2 weeks ago, our theme was...
We don't have to do this.
No, we do. What was it? It was a Hunter chosen theme. It was games that would make a great movie.
Was that me?
Votes. That I think it was you. Yeah, it was you. That was you.
It was that.
Hunter, with Dragon Breed for the arcade, came in with 5 votes. Bailey with Metroid for the Nintendo, 22 votes. And again, God of War by moi for the PS2 scraped in with 23 votes, thus completing the destruction of Eric Bailey.
I
By
might have
single
been.
votes.
I might have been one of those votes that pushed you over the top.
Yes!
Oh, come on.
Yes!
Really?
Thank you. Oh, let's keep this
Did
going.
you even look at Dragon Breed? It's a really cool game. It would be a great movie.
But I mean, other than flying around on a dragon, what does it have for it?
What else do you need
Apparently more.
for flying
Apparently
around
some-
on a dragon?
Does it have angry Greeks?
Amazing.
Or
That's
Romans?
Greeks.
So yeah, God of War 1. Let's keep this trend going, guys.
I'll bully for you. Jason.
Keep those votes coming. Because we got a special guest this week, we're not doing a theme, and it's free for all. That means any game goes. And any game goes. I was going to segue to something else, but apparently couldn't think of anything. So,
Segways.
segues. I'll get the stopwatch going.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it. All right. So, for a free-for-all, I'll begin. Once upon a time, IBM and Microsoft decided, hey, DOS is pretty cool. We should make a new DOS. We should call it something like DOS 2. Then IBM was like, no, Microsoft, that's crazy. We should call it Operating System 2. And Microsoft was all, damn, that is branding genius. This so will win over consumers. And so, OS 2 was released. And with it came the best Christmas classic of all time. That's right, it's Lemmings. Christmas. Christmas Lemmings. Taking pretty much Lemmings and slapping on some Christmas cheer, they now all wear Santa suits, and every level is winter. That's Christmas Lemmings for OS 2. Hunter, are you finished shaking your head, and are you ready?
Is that even... Whatever, man.
Whatever. All right.
Yes,
Hunter,
sorry. Yes.
you may begin.
Racing with guns. It's everyone's dream. Especially with characters known as the Jackal, Sadie, Ray, Mech-Mac. Sorry, that one always gets me. Metro, Growl, Mama, and Andrew talking about combat cars for the Sega Genesis. Released in 1994 by the ill-fated Accolade, who is now owned by...
30 seconds.
Accolade. Infograms and combat cars. Each character has their own strengths and weaknesses, as well as unique weapons. These weapons can include a shotgun, blue spots that can
15
lead
seconds.
slow down other cars, homing missiles, mines, and others. 24 different tracks. It's like an RC program, but with missiles.
5 seconds.
Combat cars. Sega Genesis.
All right, Pam.
All right. I was not aware of the time limit part of this, but
Oh, I'm
I
so.
think I could do it.
You have
It's
a
okay.
minute.
You have a minute. I apologize for not telling you that beforehand.
All right. Well, since it's my first time on the show, I have to bring out the big guns with one of my favorite NES games of all time. It was released in 1992 by Hudson Soft, one of the best developers for the Nintendo, and it features a cat, magic, tanks, dolphins. It's Felix the Cat for the NES. Yeah.
You want? You've
No one
got
played
another
Phoenix.
35
Got-
seconds.
Got more 35 seconds.
You don't
Well,
have to use it.
No,
You can just
I'll
talk
use
about-
No, tell us how terrible this game is.
Yeah.
it. You play a cat. You have to rescue your girlfriend, which, you know, is the thing that you do in Nintendo games. You collect milk bottles, you drive cars, you drive tanks, and you have to take on an evil professor and even go into outer space. So, Felix the Cat,
All right.
my choice.
Felix the Cat.
Wait a second. Let me take some notes first.
Take some notes.
Let me pull up my notepad. Yeah, so we've got dolphins,
Yep.
outer space,
Mm-hmm. Tanks.
tanks,
Mhm.
which is popular. He's a cat.
Yeah.
It's cars. There's airplanes. There's a
Yeah.
tortoise.
There's a canoe.
Yeah. There's a submarine.
What is this game?
It's basically just a platformer, but it's not the most challenging platformer out there on the NES. But it's got all kinds of variety. There's different levels. There's land and air, 2 different water levels, above the water and under the water, and yeah, it's just a really fun platformer with lots of varied gameplay based on all the forms that you can take on.
So,
Who is Felix the Cat? That's more.
Felix the Cat. He's a cartoon that was introduced in the 1920s, I think. He was, I think, originally on television, and so he was a television show, and eventually they gave him his own video game.
That sounds like a terrible idea. Taking something from the 20s and making a video game out of it.
what? Felix the...
Simple game with magic. You have magic too.
Yeah, you have magic. The evil professor wants your magic bag, and so you can use your magic bag, and it has like a little punching hand that comes out of it, and you gather milk and Felix head coins, and you get into more powerful forms.
What?
What?
It sounds insane. It sounds like they had like 30 different concepts for games they could have made, and then someone was like, "Oh,
Let's do all of them."
The Felix the Cat license is cheap. No one cares about
It was
him.
given to us.
Let's just slap it all together.
Yeah.
Have tank and space magic.
You should play it. It's a good game.
Oh, I don't believe you.
I mean, it is rather plain looking. Like the sprites are very basic, and the Felix is just a black cat. Like there's nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's got a lot of weirds. He is on a tortoise. I don't understand.
The tortoise
He's
shoots
now
bubbles
going
out of his mouth.
inside.
Shoots what out of his nose?
Bubbles at your
Bubbles.
enemies. Mhm.
What is this?
This, I mean, honestly, I think you're right, man. Like, I think it was a hodgepodge of just like stuff that they had done, but like they weren't sure what they were gonna do with it, and they're like, well, we got this Felix license, and I mean, is the cartoon anything like this in terms of like being diverse, or do you know? Or
I haven't actually seen the cartoon.
I don't blame you. Based on the look of the game, I probably wouldn't watch it.
I don't think is. Oh wait. Does he have a magic bag in the game?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it turns into yeah. That's Felix the Cat, 1959. The magic bag. So this game is a adaptation of a 7-minute cartoon from 1959 because
Wow.
all the kids were clamoring for that.
We got to get our Felix the Cat on, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
Felix. Well, it's I don't know. I don't even know what to say about
It
it.
could be the Lemmings. It
What?
could be the Lemmings.
Whoa! Don't you dare talk bad about the Lemmings. It's Lemmings with Christmas.
What? Is that it?
That's all you need. And it's on the OS too. I'm not
I don't
even
know what the
100% sure
OS2
what that is.
OS2. Let's find out.
OS2. OS/2 is a series of computer operating systems initially created by Microsoft and IBM, and then later IBM exclusively.
So it was just like a Windows before Windows, basically.
No, they
Right? No?
yeah, kind of. It was like a successor to DOS. Like they kept making it until 2006. I don't know who was using it in like 2005, but yeah, Christmas Lemmings, because everyone loves Lemmings. Everyone loves Christmas.
I don't love
Everyone
Christmas.
loves Christmas, killing lemmings on Christmas.
So the only difference is the Santa suits and the snow
And the Christmas music.
and the Christmas music.
Oh, of course. There has to be Christmas music. Yeah.
Yes. It follows such proud games as Jazz Jackrabbit Holiday Hair, where it was just Christmas levels, Christmas music.
Right.
You know,
Is there like an Easter Lemmings or a Halloween Lemmings?
there should be.
Oh, see, now Halloween Lemmings I could get behind. Like, I can get behind that.
What? Are
I
they just
can't,
like
like
the...
especially if, like, Mike Myers was coming out, and, like, that's one of the ways you could kill the lemmings is
I was
release
picturing like
Jake.
the zombie corpses of the lemmings you didn't save, like from previous playthroughs.
Oh, wow, yeah. And
I
they
went
come
really
back to life
dark.
as zombies and just
Yeah.
start eating.
Yeah,
You're like, okay, now we gotta stop the zombies.
yeah. So, but yeah, lemmings. It's a better concept than combat cars.
I disagree.
It's
There is no better concept than combat cars.
I will not argue the
Cars.
fact that cars with guns are sweet.
Combat. Cars with guns are sweet.
They are, but there are so many games, cars and guns.
No, there's okay, so there's combat cars. There's
Twisted Metal series, Vigilante, Pep
ah,
Rally.
no, I don't know. I can't hear what you're listing.
Can't hear all these games I'm listing.
It's just, there's combat cars.
Yeah, which looks like kind of like crappy micro machines.
So that's the best part about it. So it's your micro machines, it's your RC program, it's your Ivan Iron Man Stewart's off-road racing. But the best part is that there's guns now,
Oh,
so you can blow up your opponents rather than trying to win the race. It makes it's like it's what
you're
Death
still
Race
racing.
should. Right. So that's the fun of it. So you're still racing. Ultimately, who passes and does the 4 laps is what's important. But I mean, if you kill your opponents, then you're just casually doing a Sunday drive through the course if you want
Right.
to. Because I mean, there's nobody else there to race against.
That sounds fantastic. Not racing against people.
No, you're still racing. You don't have to kill them. I mean, the weapons are there, and you don't have to use them. Like, if you think you're a good enough racer to be able to go around the track without shooting a single missile, then gosh darn it, you should. If that's how you want to play the game.
So
it's not how it's intended.
Is a mod of Micro Machines.
That's really no. It's not a mod.
Are you sure? Because it sure
Christmas
sounds like a mod.
Lemmings would be a mod
Exactly.
of Lemmings.
And I won't argue that, but this is literally just Micro Machines with guns. So they've modded some guns in.
I mean, the tracks are different.
Different top-down tracks.
Cars are a little different. You've got characters with special abilities. Like not every character is the same, and you can choose
see
from
what it-
humans or robots.
Yeah, I like that. The robot and an alien. Andrew alien.
Wait, there's robots and aliens in this?
Yeah.
What? Okay, were both of your games just like insane? Like, we will take anything that we can think of and cram it into a game?
The
Hey
more the
man, if
merrier.
the shoe fits.
Damn it.
I mean, genre blending games are some of the more popular ones. They're some of my favorite games. Like there's a reason why every game now just has a little sprinkle of RPG aspect to it because RPG games are great. But maybe I want some beat 'em up with my RPG games. Maybe I want some some light gun shooting with my RPGs. Maybe I want some racing.
Can
And
you
in the
use a light
case of
gun
combat
for
cars, I want some guns. What? Sorry.
Can you use a light gun with this? Can I fire
Man,
the
wouldn't
guns
that be
with the light-
great?
That would be stupid, but
Ah.
I'd play it.
Why would that be stupid?
That'd be so clumsy. Like
How
you're
would that be
using one
clumsy?
hand for the controller and like
Well, you need
shooting.
to have like a joystick in one hand and the gun in the other hand,
Yes.
so you could do it.
There we go. I like this.
Once you mod that into the game,
All right, I'm probably good.
Jason, just go ahead and mod that in. No, I think it'd be great. I mean, I'm still, yeah. Again,
Yeah.
Christmas Lemmings.
Yeah, Christmas.
Like, are
Lemming.
the levels even different?
Yeah.
Are they really?
No,
Yeah,
I don't think so.
probably.
It's only 4
Let's see.
levels.
No, that's the Xmas Lemmings, which are 2 4-level demos, and then Christmas Lemmings is the full game with 16 levels. They're just confusingly named because that's what you did back in the day.
Yeah. Confuse people with that.
Yeah, the difference between these games and the original games are the Christmas snow-style graphics of the levels, and they're different levels, and the Lemmings where Santa Claus sits.
It doesn't say that they were different levels.
Oh, they're different levels. I
I don't
guarantee
think they're
it.
different levels.
No, I'm pretty sure they are.
Well, let's find out, shall we?
We shall.
Now, is there a reason that it came out on the OS2? Is that just something you're going with?
I'm going with. Someone
going with
requested I bring an OS2 game, so here we are. Listen to my fans. Get them votes.
Okay, all right, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah, holiday
good.
Christmas Lemmings. It's great. It's
All
simple.
I'm saying is Combat Cars is one of the most diverse racing shoot 'em up games ever to be released on a console.
Felix the
And it
Cat
comes
is
on
literally
the-
the most diverse game ever designed.
Ever designed something for everyone.
Literally, something for everyone.
Which, I mean, part of me thinks is a great idea, just because it's like, look at all these great mechanics that we can come up with. But then you never really have a chance to like master any of them, because it's like the second you get the idea of like how one particular game mechanic works, like it's done, right? Because you just move on to a different level. Now you're swimming on a turtle rather than cruising around in a tank. Or do they like control similar?
They all
They're just
control
different.
similar. The biggest difference is that like some things, like the car or the turtle, they shoot forward, where something like a tank shoots in an arc. So there's a little bit there, but it's not an overly complex game. It's not that challenging, so it doesn't take a whole lot of time to master every vehicle and such.
So it's a baby's toy.
Sure.
Felix the Cat.
I don't get it.
Neither do I. I like it, kinda.
Chris,
I don't get it. So was there ever a Combat Cars 2?
I'm glad you asked that.
Wait,
No, I don't.
know?
I mean, if you want to take into that, the natural progression of gaming genres and technology, the sequel was the ever popular Twisted Metal. Or Vigilante 8. Like if you're looking for one of the games that made that 3D jump, much like Super Mario 64, Combat Cars was there with Twisted Metal for sure. And then Twisted Metal 2 came out, which was even better. Twisted Metal 3 was okay. Twisted Metal 4 was terrible.
It's alright.
But I mean,
I'm sure those were just as good as 3D Lemmings. So.
There's a 3D Lemmings?
Yeah.
What?
Come on, it even came out on the Saturn.
Oh, this looks horrendous.
Oh, it looks terrible. It should have stuck 2D. There's a reason Lemmings died, and this was it.
Wait, is there like a 3D Lemmings like Christmas?
I hope.
Oh, it's Winterland.
There we go. It's like a greatest hits. So Felix,
Who
there's a
makes
Game Boy
these
version.
decisions?
Yeah, there's a Game Boy version.
What the hell?
Is it the same game?
Literally. No, it says it's virtually the same, but with fewer levels.
Which is a feat, because Felix on the NES is not a long game.
How long is it?
Last time I beat the whole thing in an hour, so.
Wait, so it has all these concepts. It's only an hour long.
Yeah.
It's only an hour long.
It's
It's like 8 levels. 9
Is it
levels.
like the ADD version of a game where it's just like tank, turtle, iron space?
Basically, I think that's why I like it so much. Yeah.
Oh my god, okay. I'm definitely gonna have to play this.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I just don't waste your time, Jason.
No, I need to now.
No, you don't.
I already have it downloaded.
What? No, that's not how this works, man.
I remember I downloaded every like ROM collection ever. So it's sitting on my hard drive somewhere.
So it's illegally downloaded, which means technically you can't play it.
I'm sure the Felix the Cat copyright holders truly don't care at this point.
I don't know, man. It's Infogrames. They're the ones who... Or no, that's not right. Who owns Hudson Soft? I know there's like 5 companies that like bought... Oh, they're owned by Konami, so they're getting ready to go belly up, man.
Oh.
I'm good.
Maybe we should put a bid on the Felix the Cat rights and see if we can kickstart our
Amazing. Felix the Cat 2.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
And that's what we should do. Like, we should go like a Conker's Bad Fur Day, where we just think of every possible genre and game mechanic and just slam it into one game and just make Felix the Cat like the mascot. Like, you know, we don't really need... I mean, the antagonist in this game is called the Professor. He doesn't even have a name. He's just a profession.
The Professor.
Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Felix's
Like,
girlfriend is just named Kitty, so...
Oh my god. What is this?
wow, that's impressive. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good. Oh man, that's...
They didn't have time for names. It's just too busy. At this point, I'm like thinking there's probably like a flight simulator that was like cut from this at some level. Oh Jesus! All right. Final arguments, Hunter. Why should people vote for combat cars, micro game machines?
You should vote for Combat Cars because it's combat in cars. Micro Machines with missiles, predecessor to the Twisted Metal franchise.
No.
It's got robots and aliens in it. It's on the Sega Genesis.
All right.
Combat Cars.
Combat cars. Pam, why should people vote for Felix the Attention Deficit Disorder Cat?
You should vote for Felix the Cat because, as we said, there's something for everyone. It's a platformer. There's cars, there's tanks, there's dolphins. You can go under the sea and into outer space. It's a fun game. It's not too hard, so you feel good about yourself. And you can finish it within an hour.
Oh, man.
There
There you go.
all right.
Cook some chili, play with the cat. It'll be done by the time.
Yeah. All right, you should vote for Christmas Lemmings for the OS2 because it was probably one of 8 games on OS2, and it's Christmas and Lemmings. It's 3 of everyone's favorite things all wrapped into one game. All right.
Oh, that's true.
Our Retro Showdown. That's our podcast. Remember, you can email us listener discussion email questions at the email address podcast@onemorecastle.com. I forgot to mention that before the break, so there you are. That's podcast@onemorecastle.com. We are part of the VG Evo. Am I saying that right? They changed their name.
Yeah.
VG Evo Podcast Network. List of other cool podcasts there. because I forgot to say that at the beginning.
You did.
Is there anything else I forgot? It's probably a bunch of stuff I forgot.
Just the fact that you are the worst host ever.
No, the best host. The best. All right, that's the podcast. Hunter, any shout-outs? Any self-promotion? Any great tips on how to groom your beard? You heard me.
It's kind of odd. So no, it's fine. It's fine. You can follow me on Twitter at Eric Hunter. All things me, check out ericmhunter.net. And I would like to shout out to our live stream commenters. It would be Mr. Dustin Faber, Mr. Aaron Alcorn, and the one, the only, the Valerie Minnick. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Cool. Pam,
Yes.
do you have any shout-outs, any self-promotion you'd like to do?
You can find me on Twitter at Jasyla_, that's JASYLA_, or you can find me on YouTube. The channel is Cannot Be Tamed, and my blog is also cannotbetamed.com. And that's it.
Sweet. All right. Okay, you can follow me on Twitter at Jason Lamb, and I'm going to give a shout-out to IBM for making this podcast possible. That's your podcast. No, just deal with it, Eric. Just deal with it.
I don't understand.
No, deal with it. This is what happens when Bailey leaves. That's episode 135
Okay, all right.
of
That's
the
fine.
Podcastle podcast. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Make sure to vote. Thanks again for Pam for being on. Really
Thanks, Pam.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And remember, you are a bad enough dude to rescue the president. Good night. Or stick around. God, I hate doing Bailey stuff.
Right? Hey, it's better you than me, man.
There we go. All right, this is the part after the podcast where we usually discuss stuff, but we're not going to do it this week because we don't have to decide on a theme for next week. So again, thank you very much for coming on, Pam.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was fun.
That was great. In terms of the Audacity file,
Mhm.
just export it as an MP3, and then Hunter, how do you usually like to get it delivered?
An email's fine. Or if you have like a Dropbox link or Google Drive link or something like that.
All right, cool.
Whatever works. Because usually the files are too big for email, so you have to upload it somewhere first. And then...
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and do we have a theme for next week?
If we do, I don't know what it is.
Cool. Can we? You know what? Let's ignore the theme. Pam, would you like to choose the theme for our retro showdown next week?
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
It can literally be
So much
whatever you want.
pressure.
It really can. It could be
Yeah.
anything. I mean, we had one of the themes I came up with were games that would be good in a sandwich.
Yeah, I heard that one.
What a classic
So, I mean,
episode.
come on. And somehow I segued it into salads. I don't remember. It was a terrible day.
How about the best games that involve space?
Ooh, I like that. All right, space games.
Space games.
Space games. Felix the Cat.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Felix the cat for the
I
Game
won't-
Boy.
I won't be mad if you steal it. It's...
I really want to play it now. That's
Yeah, so do I. I actually really want to play, and this is going to sound awful, but no, it's not going to sound awful. I really want to play that Combat Cars.
it's fun.
That looks great.
I mean, it literally is Micro Machines with missiles. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So.
I don't want to play Christmas Lemmings.
No, you do.
No! Nobody wants to crazy play it. Nobody.
Why? Christmas Lemmings.
Like they even thought it was a joke. They were going to put them in Santa suits. That's hilarious. That's terrible. It's a terrible idea for a
That is
game.
hilarious. Listen,
It's terrible.
just because.
Where's the live chat button? I didn't even know people were in live chat.
Oh, if you go to if you go on the
Yeah,
bottom.
it's actually.
I opened group
Mm.
chat, but that's not it, apparently.
No. Do you see at the bottom of your page there's a thing that says links?
Mm,
At the bottom of like the chat window or the Hangout window.
The chat one. Which
Oh,
window?
yep.
Links.
The-
Yeah, you're gonna see an event page link.
uh,
If you copy that, it'll go to the event page, and there's people talking there.
oh, okay. All right.
No
No,
worries.
later.
That's all right.
Next time.
Honestly, it took us. At one point, it was like separating like people talking into YouTube, and so the events page. It was a mess for a while. So,
It
No
happens.
yeah, it happens. All right,
All right.
that's pretty much it.
Well,
So
All right. Thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
that's.
yeah, thanks again.
Thank you again.
No problem. Talk to you later.
All right, see you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.